Go hard today.
The past is the
Ain't
past, you
worry
know?
about the past, 'cause that was yesterday.
It's a new day, bro.
I'ma put it on the
My day.
line, 'cause it's
You gotta do it now.
Gotta stay on my grind, 'cause it's my time. My time, my time. If you with me, let me hear you say.
This is what we've been waiting for right here, y'all. This moment right here. It's my time. My time, baby. Come on. No soul. The brothers. Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time. I don't even need a watch. I don't even see a clock. Soon as I walk in, it feel like me o'clock. Yeah, me o'clock. Every time my checks don't measure up and try to blame the Pyrex. I'ma do it bigger than a 5X. Can't ride with a L, so I don't drive Lex. Gang so bickery, so full of trickery. Nursery, rhyming, hickory, dickory. Blowing that sour, the hood call it pickery. Biggie, Puffy, Buster, Victory.
He denies the pass to Osiris. Instead, to Hill, who lays it up and scores. Good feed by Phillips. Lloyd deals it to Rubin on the left side. He lobs it, and a layup. Good, count it, and a foul. Justin Clark. Guarded closely by Lathan. Now drives, spins in the lane, loops it up there, and gets the roll.
If you with me, let me hear you say. It's my time.
Y'all boys ready? Y'all boys ready?
The Redbirds started the 2009-2010 campaign winning 10 of 12 games. This included a road win over the defending Mountain West champion and NCAA tournament-tested Utes of Utah. Illinois State seniors Osiris Eldridge and Lloyd Phillips each scored 17 as the Birds beat Utah 73-63 in the inaugural Mountain West Missouri Valley Conference Challenge Series. The Redbirds never trailed as newcomer Austin Hill scored 12 points and freshman Jackie Carmichael added 7 points and 10 rebounds. Illinois State opened Missouri Valley Conference play at home against Wichita State. The Shockers came into Redbird Arena having won 11 of their first 12, the loss coming to the Pitt Panthers. After trading baskets through much of the first half, Osiris Eldridge scored 7 straight, capped by this three-pointer, as Illinois State went into the break down by 1. Early in the second half, the Birds quickly took control, opening with a 14-5 run and pushing the lead to 9. Tony Lewis came off the bench to score 13 points. Alex Rubin added 10, but the night belonged to Eldridge as he scored 16 second-half points on his way to finishing with a game-high 26. The Redbirds led by as many as 17 in the second half and won 72-57, handing Wichita State its worst loss of the season.
Osiris Eldridge I knew he was good, and I've been saying he's good, but he showed everyone how good he is.
You know, it's just all mental, I guess. Once you get it going in your head, and you just, do it on the court.
After losing a couple of close ones during the next few weeks, conference play continued at home for the Birds against the Creighton Blue Jays on the 20th of January. In a battle for third place in the Valley, the Redbirds started slowly. If the Birds were going to get back in this one, they needed somebody to catch fire. That somebody turned out to be freshman Justin Clark.
Phillips to Justin Clark, the freshman, a baseline drive. Now he spins and lays it up and scores. Beautiful left-handed layup.
Clark scored 7 points in 6 minutes and closed Creighton's lead to 10 at the intermission. The home team wasted no time erasing that double-digit halftime deficit as the Redbirds came out of the break on a 17-6 run to take their first lead. Once again, it was Clark who made his presence known.
Here's Lloyd to Clark. Justin fires a three, and it's good! 3 for 3 from 3 for Justin Clark, number 33. And now he fakes the shot and throws it to Clark. His three is good! And the Redbirds lead 45-44 on the three-pointer by Justin Clark.
Behind yet another strong effort from seniors Osiris Eldridge and Dinma Odiakosa, the Redbirds vanquished Creighton 71-62 as 5 players scored in double figures, and the defense held the Blue Jays to 28% shooting from the field in the second half.
I remember one time I was on the sideline by their sideline, and they was actually calling me a driver. And they said, "Watch out, he's gonna drive," and then I hit a couple of threes, so they started calling me shooter. But I just play to what's working best for me.
The hole was big at halftime, and so to dig our way out of that in the way that we did, this is so far my favorite game of the year.
After a pair of tough losses on the road, Illinois State returned home to face arch-rival Bradley. Redbird Arena was rocking as another chapter of the I-74 rivalry was about to be written. In addition to those at Redbird Arena, a large television audience was set for the 109th meeting between the Birds and Braves. The Redbirds were seen on television 21 times this past season, a school record. Illinois State surged in the first half, taking a 13-point advantage to the locker room. The second half produced more of the same, as the Redbirds turned up the D and held Bradley without a field goal for 7 consecutive minutes. Senior Dinma Odiakosa led the way with 12 rebounds and 25 rim-rocking points, as Illinois State belted Bradley 66-47. Holding the Braves to their second lowest scoring output of the season and tying the Redbirds' largest margin of victory over Bradley at Redbird Arena.
If I have a broken record, I've probably got a few since I've been here. One of them is my appreciation and love for Dinma, because he to me represents everything that's great about college sports. I would put him in the category of one of the hardest workers I've ever coached, and one of the great teammates I've ever been around.
Just 10 days later, after avenging an early season loss to Drake, the Redbirds found themselves playing their arch rivals again, this time at Bradley. The Birds had not had much success in recent years in Peoria. They were looking for their first win there since 2002. After falling behind 9-0, the Redbirds showed the resiliency that would keep them in this game all night long. Jackie Carmichael and Austin Hill came off the bench to cut the deficit to 2.
Phillips to Carmichael to the goal, layup good. They can't stop Jackie Carmichael.
But after a 14-2 run by the Braves, the half ended with the Redbirds behind by 10. However, ISU came out blazing in the second half. Lloyd Phillips and Alex Rubin hit back-to-back threes, and Tony Lewis capped off the run with this dunk, once again cutting the difference to 2. However, Bradley responded with a 12-2 run, pushing its lead back up to 12 with 10 minutes to go. Incredibly, the Redbirds countered with a 12-0 run of their own.
Now a baseline drive, and Hill gets it to Dinma, who goes up and dunks it. Lloyd into the front court. Down the lane he goes. Inside, right through Dinma, saved in by Eldridge. Here's Hill. He scoops it and scores it. And a blocking foul. Out the goal.
With the game knotted up at 56, Odiakosa hit a jumper in the lane to give the Birds their first lead of the game with only 2 minutes to play. The teams traded scores, and with a Bradley 3 with a minute to go, it was 61-60 Braves. During the ensuing timeout, the Redbirds looked inside for their final play.
Rubin is into the front court with a minute left, and the Birds down 1. Here's Osiris inside Carmichael to the goal. Layup too hard off the glass. No follow Carmichael. No follow Carmichael. Yes! And the Redbirds lead by 1, 62-61.
After taking the lead at one end of the court, Jackie Carmichael protected the rim at the other.
Right of the lane drive, and a runner blocked by Carmichael. Out of bounds it goes. A thunderous block by Jackie.
The Braves had one more chance to take the lead, but the defense held strong as Odiakosa grabbed the biggest of his career-high 15 boards and was subsequently fouled.
The Nigerian fires it up and missed it. The rebound for the Braves. Here comes the Maniscalco in time. 40-footer. No! And the Redbirds win the game. 62-61.
The Redbirds had done it. snapping a 7-game losing skid at Bradley and sweeping the Braves for the first time since 2001, as ISU continuously fought back from double-digit deficits and disappointed most of those who were part of the 5th largest crowd in the rivalry's history.
This is definitely a momentum builder. You know, we know that this game's done and we have to move on to the next one, but, you know, I think this is definitely, you know, like Dima said, new life, and, you know, it's definitely going to, you know, it's definitely going to help that next 4-game stretch we have.
The Redbirds, who had now won 3 of 4, took that momentum to Omaha and the Quest Center, where the Creighton Blue Jays had lost only 1 time all year long. This one was tight early. There were 6 ties, 6 lead changes, and no lead greater than 5 points throughout the first half. Austin Hill led the team in scoring through the first 20 minutes, but it was this memorable 3-pointer by Osiris Eldridge that gave the Redbirds the lead going into the locker room. However, the Blue Jays heated up in the second half and kept the lead early in the period. But the Redbirds had the answers, and with 4 minutes to play, a bucket by Odiokosa gave Illinois State its largest lead at 62-55, heading into the final media timeout. Creighton rallied back, but with 1.4 seconds left, guard Lloyd Phillips was ice at the free throw line, giving the Redbirds the victory. Again, 5 Redbirds scored in double digits, with Osiris and Dinma leading the way with 12 points each. This triumph made it 6 of 7 for the Birds against Creighton. No one else has a better record against the Jays over the last 3 seasons. Up next for the Redbirds were 3 home games.
Money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. 'Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make 'em stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, 'cause I've never been defeated and I won't stop now.
Senior Day came to Redbird Arena as the Red and White played its final home game of the year. The 3 seniors, Dinma Odiokosa, Lloyd Phillips, and Osiris Eldridge, were each recognized for giving all they had to give to make Illinois State basketball great. These Redbird seniors finished their Redbird Arena careers with a sparkling home court record of 53 wins and only 9 losses.
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride. If today was your last day, tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And would you call those friends you never seen? Reminisce on memories. Would you forgive your enemies? And would you find that one you dreaming of? Swear up and down to God above that you finally fall in love. If today was your last day. It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine.
After losing a close game to Missouri Valley Conference champion and eventual NCAA Sweet 16 qualifier Northern Iowa, the Birds finished the conference schedule in 3rd place. Although the Redbirds fell short of their regular season goal, they had won 7 of their last 9, and the Redbirds were a team playing more and more as a unit. Illinois State would be a tough draw for any team in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. The Birds drew Indiana State in its first-round matchup. Illinois State had split with the Sycamores during the regular season, beating them by 17 at home and losing a close one on the road. It was close in St. Louis early, but with 2 minutes remaining in the half, Indiana State pushed its advantage to 10. And again, the Redbirds turned to their Missouri Valley all-bench team performer. 10 unanswered points from junior Austin Hill was exactly what the doctor ordered, as the Redbirds headed to the locker room having erased that 10-point deficit.
And I just seen the opportunity, just like Coach Jankovic just been saying to me, just let the game come to you, and I just saw the opportunity, so I just took it.
It was back and forth early in the second half, but Eldridge's 12-second stanza points and Carmichael's 8 allowed the Redbirds to run out to a 9-point lead, and Illinois State held on for a 69-65 victory.
He did. He changed the game. We were on oxygen at best. Didn't have a lot going on at either end. I thought their confidence was so high, and we needed a lift. We needed something, and for him to come in and do that, what amazing courage, you know, on this stage with what's at stake. What amazing courage.
Up next for the Redbirds was Wichita State. The Shockers had beaten Missouri State in their first-round matchup and were looking to reach the MVC Tourney Championship game for the first time in 20 years. The Redbirds, on the other hand, were seeking their third straight appearance in the title contest. But in the end, the Shockers held on and escaped with a 4-point victory.
We had so many chances, you know, to go up or, you know, tie the game. We just, you know, either mishandled the ball or, you know, made some minor mistakes. But, you know, that's how the game goes. You know, you fight so hard, but sometimes you just can't get over that hump.
I'm really proud of this team. I think we've become a very, very good basketball team. I felt great about the way they, you know, the character they showed, that even though it looked insurmountable, it almost wasn't. And I think that, to me, was a little bit about our team in a little microcosm.
For the third straight season, it was on to the National Invitation Tournament. But 10 days after the Wichita State game, the season ended with a loss at Dayton. The Flyers were the eventual NIT champions. Along with the success of the team in 2009-2010 came several individual honors for the Redbirds. Dinma Odiakosa was recognized as a first-team All-Valley selection and was named the league's Defensive Player of the Year, the first time a Redbird has won that honor in 12 seasons. Osiris Eldridge joined Odiakosa on the Valley All-Defensive team for the second year in a row and was named first-team All-Conference for the third straight season. Jackie Carmichael completed his first season with the Redbirds as a member of the conference's all-freshman squad. And newcomer Austin Hill was named to the Valley's all-bench team. The accomplishments of Coach Tim Jankovic and his staff have been truly remarkable. After 3 years at Illinois State, Jankovic has matched the ISU single-season standard for victories and has equaled the most wins in any 3-year period in Redbird basketball history. As a result, the Birds have competed in postseason play 3 straight times, allowing them to record their first postseason victory since 1998. Jankovic's teams have won as many Missouri Valley games as anyone else in the league over the last 3 years, and Illinois State is the only school in the conference to post at least 20 regular season triumphs during each of those seasons. With assistant coaches Anthony Bean, Rob Judson, and Paris Parham, this staff prepares its players to play with the nation's best day in, day out. There's no doubt that this staff has built the foundation for the future of Redbird basketball, a foundation that's likely to lead to bigger accomplishments and bigger successes in upcoming seasons for the Illinois State Redbirds.
or burn the smoke. Louis bags, stay strapped with a priceless glow. High life, flipping and get some more. Paradise, the luxury marble flow. When I hit, we full of that cash. More money than I seen in the garbage can. Stunner Island, money and the power. That's how we do it, make it rain, make it shower. Top flow, big time, doing big things. Over city view, ball short, a new range. Flip another 100, popping, throwing hundreds in the new